Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We've got GUMIHO in the bottom left side of the map playing Terran on Radhuset Station. There's a vote in the top right of this best of 5. It's Hero playing on a goddamn barcode. So we've got Army of Snakes up here. Really looks nice on the overlay, doesn't it? But at least he's in a clan called Her00. Pro gamers, as always, are professionals. Just remember, these are the guys who rock up to their photography media day for a tournament and often aren't even wearing their team shirts. Pro gamers are a special breed. Now, you might be wondering, so people always, they go, well, I follow Dota, and the players there are much more professional. They always show up with their shirts on. And I'll say, you clearly don't know too many Dota pros, personally. The only reason they do is they have a babysitter. For those who don't know, my favorite job for people on esports teams is the babysitter role. It's literally someone whose job it is to basically mother the pro gamers and go around and be like, this is how we get on the bus to the venue. This is how we call an Uber for ourselves. They're like, I'm hungry, me need make doo-doo. They're like, okay, doo-doo room over there. And they're like, where? And they're like, too far, you show me. Not all pro gamers are like this. I do just like to joke, because like, I also used to be a pro gamer, and I was kind of like that, like kind of hopeless. Not as hopeless as some, but like there is this thing, and I'm sure it's the same in traditional sports to some extent, where if you commit 900% of your total being, all your thought processes and thinking into one thing, which is how to win the game and nothing else, you know, it does come at a bit of a sacrifice. That's part of what makes sports greats so great, is they sacrifice so much to get so good. And sometimes it's kind of baffling how much they don't know how certain things don't work or work. It's kind of funny. Especially, I think it's because pro gamers are so young as well. To be fair, a lot of these players are older now, more experienced. They are a bit better with that stuff. But definitely the first few years of a pro gamer, usually they're a little bit lost. Anyways, I'm kind of ranting about random stuff right now. I should talk more about the map. It's the new balance patch. This map is crazy. It's like a King Sejong Station clone. It's a sentry opening for Hero. He's faking an Oracle to both get a scout, but hopefully also freak out GUMIHO. GUMIHO went command center first into 3 barracks into factory, which is a wild opening. I think it's just because this map's so big and you have a ramp on your natural. He feels like, I don't need a bunker. I can be really greedy. I can play super duper greedy. And the Oracle's just checking there's no quick third base, because you can take a third in the back for free. Seeing 3 barracks and a factory. Let's see what the response is. So far, it's been Twilight into Robo into 4 gases. So it looks like just going to play Blinkstalker Colossus, which, because it's harder to get Ravens now, and well, it's a 3-Rax build, so there's no chance of Raven anyway, it's going to be very effective. And I wouldn't mind just taking a third in the back. Now, keep in mind, there is a gold base out here. It's super exposed until you mine these minerals out, which takes 2 probe trips to mine a mineral, 2 to mine the next one, and then you need to kill the rocks, which are, I believe, all combined. 1 shared hit point of 15, 1 shared hit point pool of 1,500 hit points. Prism first coming out with 3... Whoa, no, Hero! Hero's going for a mass sentry all in. Okay, this is an old school one, guys. It's where you fly around the back door here. They don't see you coming. You fly in and you force field the ramp, and all the bios trapped on the low ground. And because his medevacs are going to be late, that's how this works. Except they're not that late. You saw the factory timing, Hero. This is a crazy gamble of an attack. And I think it's very unlikely he pulls it off, especially with that spotting depot on the right. The Marines moving through the middle of the map. I mean, this is a crazy move that he's going for. And actually, wait, he's just keeping his sentries at home. Oh no, if he flies into these Marines. Oh, this is such a dumb way to lose this game. Hero, please be watching. Hero, please be watching. Oh God. Oh my God, Hero. Right through the middle of the map against a 3-Rax 5 minutes into the game. A terrible, terrible risk. If he went around the right or the left, there's less chance. But anywhere in this whole middle area, that's where a 3-Rax push would be coming from. I think maybe he just thought it would be later than this because it's command center first. But GUMIHO's just moving out there to get some map presence. He's like, yeah, as long as you don't know where I am, I can be annoying. Hero's thinking about taking a third. Hero has not made a Colossus yet. His first one's just starting. And he sees now a double drop coming across. This is 26 Marines with stim, shields, and +1 are about to finish. Oh, golly. It's looking really bad for Hero right now. He's got a lot of force fields, so he should be able to defend. Oh! Stalker's actually just got a full medevac. Okay, not too bad. And he can easily defend the front with force fields. But he's pulling his whole army to deal with a medevac. That's not the right call. Hero, what are we doing, man? Should not be losing more probes right now. Oh, GUMIHO gets 3 Stalkers and 5 probes. That's a bit of a bad engagement there for Hero. I don't know why he pulled those sentries away. That was a crazy move. He could have just sent the Immortal and a Stalker or something, but definitely a big mistake there for him, and that ends up costing him big time. Stalkers do end up finding the medevac, and GUMIHO idling it in a very bad position. Does throw that one away. Gives up a little bit of his advantage, but only a little bit. He's got a third base finished. He's on 5 barracks. The engineering bay is making armor. You can make tanks, medevacs, bio. And of course, Hero is limping along. That early prism, such a weird opening, man. I guess he just figured, hey, let's harass your units because this map's really good for it. You can drop behind the natural and get some easy pickoffs. But definitely losing that early prism is such a disaster for Protoss players. Ooh. Hallucination does get taken down. Marines and Marauders are there. Got medevacs on the way. Bio and tank pumping out. Third base getting double dropped right now. He scans there, and he's just going to drop in the shadows. He's like, yep. Hero's army's nearby. He should be able to save the Nexus if he's quick. Oh! Get out of there, GUMIHO. Gets a cancel on the battery. Picks off the pylon. Not too bad for a Marine and Marauder. But 50 probes for 66 workers. That's gross. That's so gross. I don't even know what you're going to do, man. Great thing is Hero is used to basically getting down in the dumps and finding a way back into it. I also feel like this map should be pretty advantaged for Terran versus Protoss as the game goes on, because you've just got so many drop angles, and right when the Protoss thinks they've defended the left, they think they've defended the right. I feel like a drop can just boost into the natural and ruin your day. I always felt like Widow Mines would be huge getting dropped on this map, because you drop from here, you can boost in from behind the natural as well, in behind the third base. There's so much dead space everywhere. I thought we might see a lot of Widow Mine versus Phoenix Openers on this map. But I think Phoenix Openers are kind of unpopular right now just because the new Cyclone is so accessible to shut down the Phoenix harassment. I haven't seen too many examples of it. That's just kind of like what I've heard, and it could be completely wrong. Could be one of those things people think but haven't actually tested. I love the terrain over here. It's very like Deep Rock Galactic inspired. Some of the little bits of terrain on the sides of these maps. Absolutely beautiful. Little magma vent things. They look kind of like plants. Magma plants? I don't know. Probe's going to get picked off. Great play by GUMIHO. He's got a 4th command center on the way. Armory, Ghost Academy. So he's going to go double upgrades. I imagine a 2nd starport and range libs are not too far away. Probably get 8 gases up as well. You could argue this is bad because it's giving Hero time to recover, but I mean, what's Hero got? He's got 6 gateways, 65 probes. He's trying to make a 4th. He's going to make some Archons here by the looks of it. Double drop coming down the right side. Feedbacks could be big. These guys have so much energy. It'll do 70, well, like 90 energy to each one, and 90 damage to each one of these medevacs. It'll put them below half life. So feedback plus some zealots to defend the right side. Stalker is going to back off the tower. That tower is ringed with tall grass. These little sight blockers, in case you guys didn't know about that. 2-2. Ghosts on the way. Planetary. Extra command centers. Ship weapons starting. 5th command center. Where is that 2nd starport and that fusion core? Hasn't gone down yet. This turret makes no sense at all, guys. You should just build an extra turret here. It makes way more sense. Why would you need a turret there? Same thing. You don't need turrets here. You just need to build 2 or 3 turrets on this edge and nothing can get in. Storm drop here is really nice. Very exposed mineral line. Haven't seen much of that on this map just yet. Hero's gonna get close to maxed out. I mean, he's going to 8 gateways. He's only on 1 robo. I think in a game like this, absolutely need a 2nd robo. And you need it sooner rather than later. I mean, you're going 8 gases. If he goes triple robo right now, I don't really see an easy win for GUMIHO. GUMIHO's gone 2nd and 3rd starport fusion core. He's massing command centers. So GUMIHO has decided the best thing to do on this map is just play late game. 3 Stargates are on the way for Hero. Hero's going to play single robo into Tempests. Wowzers. Tempests are more microable than they used to. I think they are a much better unit. And we'll start to see that in some of these late game scenarios. The problem is he's only got High Templar to really cover. He doesn't have much robo support on the ground, right? 3 Colossus, 3 Immortals. It's okay. But I don't know. I guess maybe he's decided Disruptors with the supply increase just aren't the way to do it. My instincts always say Disruptor's baby all day, every day, but you know what? Storm, Tempests are the core units in a technical late game against Liberators. If the Liberators jump forward... Oh, these aren't Liberators, these are Battle Cruisers! Oh my god, I didn't even expect that at all. Wow, okay. Sorry guys, that was kind of caught me off guard there. The fact that the Stargates were so early, tell me Hero's played against this before. He's making an Oracle, he's making a Fleet Beacon. 2 Oracles, in fact. I think he's going to max out on Tempests. Both sides are just turtling, man. Oh my god, so many mules. And keep in mind, Mass Command Center finishing in the main. 3 more orbitals on the way there. He's already on how many orbitals? 4, so he's going to 7 orbitals. GUMIHO's building the Iron Banker, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. He's making the Iron Bank. No armor upgrades on the BC. Just going one at a time with the +2 ship weapons, and now he's going to start it up. There we go. We'll start getting the vehicle armor as well. Nuke is on the way as well. Wow, this is going to be funky. We get to see ourselves some special new patch late game here. I'm excited. I can't wait to see where this one goes. I do think that GUMIHO's got a way better setup. He's got mass command centers on the way, all that sort of jazz. Unlike Sejong Station had a high ground base out here with like only 2 ramps leading into it, so you could kind of cement control over the center of the map. That doesn't exist on this map, and I think it's probably the main improvement Radhuset has over it, is this middle area is kind of harder to control. There's wide open spaces to a certain extent, high ground ledges, and rocks that can be opened up. And these gold bases are, you know, there's nothing that really entrenches the middle. You could just go out there and build planetaries in the open if you want. That's not amazing. 3 carriers are on the way. Carriers are near worthless first battle cruisers. 2 more Stargates as well. Now, keep in mind, he could teleport on top, kill that pylon, this pylon, and you lose all your Stargate production, and you need Tempests. 4 more starports are on the way, so we're going to go to 7 starports and try to build like 7 dudes all at once. Oh, look at that, guys. Feedback? Yeah, loses Eye Templar, gets 2 medevacs. Battle Cruiser's getting ready to start trading here. +2 attack is almost finished, +1 ship weapons on the way. And we should be seeing like building armor and high-sec auto tracking after 3-3 startup as well. It's all about that late game efficiency. Units lost tab is in favor of GUMIHO so far. I would definitely criticize him and say that's not the optimal way of winning when you have such a big advantage as he did this game. But if he just feels like there's nothing Hero can do to him in the late game, then hats off to him. I think if Hero is the faster player, and GUMIHO might be clever, might be better at planning, might be a bit more optimal than Hero in some scenarios, but Hero has guile. Okay, recall comes in. 2 carriers are going to try to help fight these battle cruisers. Of course, battle cruisers beat the crap out of carriers. W Yamato takes one down. He teleports to the bottom right corner. He's going to try and do a drive-by on the way out. Bit of storm and some cannons and batteries could defend okay. Just going to hide him for now. Couple Vikings patrolling, making sure nothing gets in. He has built a backup turret there. How many orbitals are we at, guys? 9 orbitals. Talk about the Iron Bank right now. Oh, and he's getting the Mobius reactor, guys. That is the Caduceus reactor. Plus 100% energy regen for medevacs. Which means even with just a few medevacs in the late game, their energy regen will crank up pretty hard. I'll try to catch when that finishes and show the difference in the medevac energy down there in the bottom right side. This is game 1 of this, right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm having a bit of a mental blank because I was cast TVP before, but yeah, no, this is actually game 1, isn't it? Damn. What is this? Immortal drop? Oh my god, he's going to immortal drop on the tank, but the Prism does get taken out. Just going to try and kill some SCVs, maybe clear the sensor tower. Not a bad idea. A single battle cruiser will go there. Combining with the SCVs should do a decent job of taking out those immortals. Few SCVs go down. If he quickly shift-click those buildings, they would die like instantly. But you know what? Hey, trading a couple of immortals, probably didn't want these units anymore. He's building more carriers, which makes very little sense. The only advantage here is he's getting +3 ship weapons, and only +1 armor is being done for the turn. It's very important for GUMIHO to get more armor upgrades. The more armor you have, those carriers will get shut down. Right now, though, with upgrade advantages, the carriers might do not completely worthlessly. Siege tank trying to siege from that north side. Stalker's there. And the Colossus, not to mention the High Templar coming forward, will defend battle cruisers being a bit of a nuisance. Picking off a couple probes. Up at 74 probes right now. 5 carriers on the way. 12 carriers is going to lose to BCs, isn't it? This is bizarre. I mean, I've never thought of Hero as an optimal late game player for sure. But I think he's literally just building the wrong units right now. You need Tempest to deal with mass BC. Assuming we see a mass battlecruiser swap, which it seems like, you know, GUMIHO is heading in that direction. He's trying to trade these units out, and he's actually getting rid of a lot of the ground army right now of Hero as well. Carriers are good because they're multi-purpose, and they do okay versus ground. But +2 vehicle platings on the way, +3 ship weapons is done for Terran. Protoss is on 2-1, soon to be 3-2 in about a minute's time. He's going to grab these carriers, maybe try to shove. Now remember, every 2 battlecruisers can Yamato a carrier and take it out. So if you have 10 battlecruisers, they have 10 carriers. Guess what? That turns into 5 carriers very quickly. And then assuming you have good armor upgrades, your battlecruisers can beat them in the frontal fight as well. Carriers will do really good versus the bio on the ground. The tanks, the bio, the ghosts ain't going to do nothing versus these carriers. That's the advantage that he has right now. I am surprised GUMIHO is not thinking about Vikings at all. But I guess he's like, well, I haven't seen Tempests. A sane person would build Tempest, but you're Hero, you're not sane. You're insane in the membrane. Battlecruiser is going to teleport to the other side as Hero starts pressuring him. Forces a recall and start trying to fly away, but that's a bit of a sacrifice. It's going to take out a carrier and a few probes, but the battlecruisers will get picked off. Big pack of High Templar morphing in, so I guess he's making Archons right now. Archon Splash can be good. They're also quite tanky for a full supply unit. Shields are only at level 1 though, so both sides need to keep an eye on those upgrades. And I'm going to 16 carriers, which... I don't know. Oh my god, a ghost! I don't know how that ghost got in, guys. There is a ghost in the back of the natural. Hero has carriers cleaning up a lot of bio in the north. He's got Oracle scouting the middle, but he has not pulled, and that's going to be quite a few probes. He realizes, but only at the last second. And quite a few probes go down, as well as some pylons. Marines getting picked off in the center of the map as well. GUMIHO is trying to just max out on air units. He's trying to trade out all of his ground for battlecruisers and Vikings, but he's going to need to gather those units together. He has 5 battlecruisers and 4 Vikings in production right now. He's fighting with only 6 battlecruisers versus a massive numbers advantage of carriers. Despite that, doesn't matter. Normally you want to fly over the carriers and just commit to the battle, because those interceptors can kind of outrange everything except your Yamato cannon. He's going to try and teleport on top. Not the best teleport. You want to be a little bit more behind him than that, I would argue. But Yamatos are going down. A few more carriers falling. And you see just how bad the carriers are up against these battlecruisers. The battlecruisers +2 armor kicked in, which means they're only down 1 upgrade in that regard. And the battlecruisers are doing pretty well. That being said, the Archon Zealots getting in. Because there's no ground army left, they're doing good damage here. The battlecruiser count, if it was even to them, would have done great, but it is not even. There's only a single ghost still over there on the other side of the map. Units lost tab is showing us a massive favor to GUMIHO, despite Hero essentially catching him with his pants down, forcing him to fight 6 battlecruisers alone against 13 carriers. And then the other battlecruisers have kind of trickled into the fight as time went on. Vikings getting taken out by Stalkers. I think Hero's economy is too small though, guys. That bottom right base, remember, was denied by battlecruisers. He never got that back up in mining. He's trying to break the production. He gets rid of an orbital, but remember, at any moment, you drop hundreds of mules on this top left base or any other mineral line you have, and you are massively out mining the Protoss. GUMIHO's been too busy microing, so he hasn't done that. He lost 15 battlecruisers for 18 carriers in these fights. The Stalkers and the Archons really doing quite well. A Robo just got picked off by that Ghost. That Ghost is now finally going to die there. And the Stalkers and the Zealots pull it to the top left as well. What a weird game. GUMIHO ends up winning in the end here, but definitely a good job of making it a bit scrappy towards the end by Hero. Yeah, not having Tempest is insanity. Storm to deal with Viking Lib and Tempest to deal with battlecruisers is normally the play. Very hard to pull off, very technical. I think he was just hoping he would get GUMIHO before he really got into mass battlecruiser, and he'd just be able to like overwhelm the, you know, oh, half your army's in bio, half your army's in battlecruisers. Guess what? My whole army's in carriers. So the bio just gets overwhelmed, gets crushed, and then we just have enough to deal with the battlecruisers, but didn't quite work out. Mules must have just dropped, guys, because look at that income difference. We showed 1,000 versus 1,000 just before. Now the mules drop, and it's like, oh, by the way, I'm at 3,000 minerals a minute. Lol, 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 lol. Instantly remaxing. And Dark Templar drop does come in, but they are getting cleaned up by the GUMIHO's bio. And he's back on just bio Viking, by the way, because he's like, oh, you're going air, you know, you're going ground and just trying to kill me with Zealot Stalker. No worries. He's got battlecruisers teleporting in the back. He assumed there was a base here. Seeing no base, he's got to have a smile on his face. He knows that Hero is caught with his pants down. Economically at this point, you know, he just doesn't have the money. Man's poor. GUMIHO said, oh, let's just split the bill. And Hero got that nervous look in his eyes like, dude, I only had an entree. What the hell, man? I didn't even drink. You guys had so many cocktails. And GUMIHO, being the shitty friend that he is going to force him to pay for it anyway. Oh, Storm's going down. Pretty nice Storms there for Hero. That was a cool fight. That made me pretty happy. I do wonder how it would have gone if he built some Tempests in the mix. Imagine just 4 or 5 Tempests focusing those battle cruisers from far away. Whew. Storms all over everything, dude. Stalker's blinking forward. Storms on the left, Storms on the right. Actually, a really nice engagement series by Hero. Unfortunately, he's fighting the famous, the notorious Black Amex card. GUMIHO has an unlimited line of credit. You know, he goes to the casino. He gets immediately taken up to the higher levels, to the special rooms. He's got people giving him food and drinks and saying, oh, yes, we'll give you a room for free, complimentary. Stay here at our hotel. Please, please gamble in our casino because we know you've got unlimited money. Hero, on the other hand, is putting pennies into a slot machine. And he might be winning big. You know, he's like, I tripled my money. But when you start with pennies, taking a few good fights, tripling it ain't going to really do all that much. The battle cruisers are going to annihilate the bottom right corner. Still only 50 probes here for Hero. Hero does actually take out a planetary in the top left, which is incredible. I did not expect that to be possible. Stalker's going to try and fight this, but remember, there's only +1 shields, and these are 3-3 battle cruisers. They are smashing. You still got 11 orbitals even after losing a few of them. Even after losing this, you'll still have 10. GUMIHO has like 2 iron banks on top of each other, guys. This man is Switzerland right now. And yeah, Hero's like, don't worry, we can take him on. We're a small island nation of like 50,000 people. Come on. It's like, you guys might have spirit. You're not going to take down the Bank of Switzerland here, man. They got a bit too much money. They can just buy their way to victory. They may have made their money in the Middle Ages or whenever it was, the 500, 600 years ago. What do you even call those? 500, 600 years ago. What's the pre-Renaissance area called? Anyway, by selling off their merc services, their mercenary services. Stop. You got mercenary. Mercenary. I think I said it right the second time. I'm working on it. I'm actually going to say merc correctly one day, guys. Anyways, battlecruisers coming in from the bottom. I mean, we're watching a dead man walking for the last few minutes of this game. And he's going to blink forward. Disruptor shot tries to flow out there. And those battlecruisers getting blasted. Storm does land on the bio. Stalker's actually taking out the BCs. Oh, that one survived. Teleported away on 6 life. It's interesting he's going back to disruptors now. So it felt like he didn't want to use the disruptors earlier in this game. But now as the muscle memory kicks in, he says, well, when behind Disruptor Shrine, and EMP is landing on those stalkers. Remember, EMP is a little smaller than it used to be. GUMIHO was way ahead in this game, remember. Ever since that Prism got shot down at the start, that was a massive mistake for Hero. GUMIHO didn't really capitalize, I think, as easily as he could have, but he got to show us that he is still playing Mass Battlecruiser. He is happy to build the Iron Bank, and that there is an old school endgame setup. I can't believe that game was only 25 minutes. It shows just how fast GUMIHO macroed up. Alright, guys. Game 2 for Hero. He's got another shot. He's going to go aggressive. Double gas cellar opening into a proxy Stargate by the looks of it. Now, remember, proxy Tempest is actually really legitimately good. And with how close he's done it, I think he might be planning just a single Oracle into Tempest or Void Ray into Tempest. It's not a bad way to play, man. But, oh, he's just realized he fucked up his placement. Has he? No. Oh, no. Never mind. Sorry, the Cybercore's not there. Excuse my French. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. I try not to swear too much in my casty casts. I still will say dirty things, but I'll allude to them normally. My apologies. Stargate does go down. Now, it's a decently timed Stargate. I do think he went like 12 pylon or 13 pylon at the start. This is very committed, but oh, it gets scouted immediately. I like that the probe mined out the minerals and is hiding there. Do not want to lose this probe. And he's just hitting the Stargate. I mean, you're never going to kill the Stargate. Zealot's coming in. Command Center on the high ground, super safe. GUMIHO seems to be prepared for this strategy. I've heard Proxy Tempest has actually got some real power to it, but we'll see. That probe goes down. He's got to bring another one, doesn't he? No? I guess he can build the fleet beacon at home. 2 Marines out, and now a bunker on the way. Oh, really well done. Second pylon there, you're so committed. Void Ray is on the way. There's already a factory out. I mean, the Cyclones are really good at stopping Void Rays, but they suck versus the Tempests, I believe, because their range is nowhere near as good as it used to be. They've also only got, what, 110 hit points? So it should be 3 Cyclone Tempest shots to kill them, right? Big thank you, Frozen Hawk, with the kind comment in chat. Really enjoy casting the game. Sorry, I'm a bit low energy today, to be fair. Got stuck in Melbourne recently. My flight got cancelled at the end of Sunday night. I had to stay there another night. But we're back here casting some StarCraft, having some fun after a very enjoyable PAX trip. Met quite a few StarCraft nerds there. Oh, trying to get out of here to scout, are you? Nuh-uh. Oh, wait, there's a ledge there. I didn't realize there was a ledge there. Okay, guys, check this out. That's actually... okay, so GUMIHO thinks he's being Tempest rushed. But he scans. He doesn't see a fleet beacon there. He does see probes reducing, and there is an expansion. So this is actually more of a contain build than anything. Oh, he's going to try and get the lock on because the Cyclones are so slow pre-speed. If the Cyclone gets in range to lock on, then it dies. Okay. Maybe the new Cyclone's not so good up against Void Rays, but he does take a fair bit of damage on the Voids. So I think this is 3 Voids, and you're probably going to go Robo behind this into Colossus. Is kind of the logical thing, because they're probably going to build a lot of Marines and stuff, right? Stork and the Adept clean it up. GUMIHO's like, okay, you're expanding. I better get my expansion down there. And I mean, he has a much faster expansion, so this is good for GUMIHO. Hero needs more damage with the Void Rays, is what I would say. And I kind of like this. He's like, wait a second, he's got 3 Void Rays, he's got a bunch of Gateway units. I got to be careful. But he's giving up SCV production time the longer this is floating around. He's building a few siege tanks, a random missile turret there as well. Wow, GUMIHO is very paranoid right now. And, you know, you're playing Hero, justifiably so. Twilight's on the way, as well as building Phoenix now. Now, Phoenix are, of course, to lift off things like siege tanks and that sort of stuff. You don't want to run up that ramp. Hero, are you friggin' insane, man? I don't even know why I need to ask that question, guys. It's Hero. He sees his opponent's not even on the natural, and he's still just going for it. Of course he's insane. His name's Hero. We've known this for a long time. Hero's never played chilled out StarCraft in his entire life. These Void Rays might turn and fight to get the red hit point guy out of there. Oh no, why is the red hit point guy turn around? He's got to turn the healthy ones onto the Viking. Oh, he turns on Prismatic Alignment, goes for it, but doesn't get anything. Now he's got a recall, but he's going to lose that red hit point Void Ray as long as it gets focused. Oh, first shot went on the wrong one there for GUMIHO, unfortunate. But yeah, that was absolutely insane to go in right then with those Void Rays and the Phoenix. I see why he did it, but he kind of showed what he was doing by headbutting with the units up the ramp first of all, and he's going for mass charge, which, to be fair, it's a free win if he comes in with 12 charge zealots in the next 30 seconds, but still a little while away. Adept Shade in, they get 3 SCVs. They're going to get a Marine as well. Good micro on these Adepts. Oh my god, did he get both of them out? Wow, well done. Lots of pylons need to build at home right now, and he needs a new pylon up front so we can start warping in the Zealots there. Charge is almost done. He's built sentries, so I think the whole idea here is he's going to try and run up, force field the ramps the units can't escape, and he's just going to YOLO, like, Zealots up. There's 4 pylons and a robo building. I think he's kind of happy on the worker count he's at, so he doesn't really need too many more workers. Building a shield battery makes no sense right now at all. Guys, if GUMIHO pushes, Charge Lot Void Ray will get such an easy cleanup on that. You do not need defensive stuff. You need offensive stuff, because you need to counterattack and go kill him, because your setup sucks as Hero right now. Hero building a shield battery is legitimately insane. The only thing good about it is it kind of convinces GUMIHO that he should be attacking. He's like, look, he's building defensive static. This must be because he's weak. It's like, no, he actually has a way better army than you right now. If he gets up one more round of Zealot warp-ins, that changes everything. And you know what? He's hidden the Zealots. The Zealots and the Sentries are hiding in the main. Oh, this is so smart. So GUMIHO's like, sweet, let's build some bunkers. And you know what? All you need to do here is Hero, warp in more Zealots. There we go. And I think he can just A-move this. There we go. He's going to go for it. The Sentries are very exposed. Look at that. The Phoenix picks up a siege tank. The Void Rays are going to destroy the tanks. They do need to go for the Vikings, though. And, oh my lord, what a slaughter. Charge is such a hard counter to unupgraded Marines, Vikings, tanks, all these sort of technical units. I'd love to see one Void Ray split to the right side. Would have been great, but it's all right. The medevac goes down. And now, like I said, you want to be immediately counterattacking, warping in more Zealots on the front and just going for the win. Because GUMIHO has no firepower right now. Stim, shields, +1, medevacs, and mines. All the things that counter mass Zealot are on the way, but they're not there just yet. Funnily enough, Hero is still probing, building pylons, and putting on gas. He's got 13 Zealots. But I think these bunkers are going to get up. At least one of them will. Adept does arrive there. Zealots, if he clicks on that bunker, he could take it out, but there's a Widow Mine there. If he shades there, he could set off the Widow Mine. And he's going to go for it. Watch out for that Widow Mine. Oh, that's a big juicy. Takes out the turret and ends up backing off. Loses a Void Ray as well. And he's not taking a third. I mean, knowing Hero, he can probably kill him, but it's so unnecessary. It's like, if he was going to counterattack, you have to go harder and faster on the counterattack, or you should immediately take a third and fourth when you defend that attack. Because you got so much time to control the map now. But he's taken so long to move across, done a half-assed attack, and it was partially because he was supply blocked and didn't warp in Zealots on the front. He's then rebuilt the third, but he's done this. This is like backup plan, you know? And that's something where I normally say this is part of why Hero is so good, is because he feels his way through the game and pulls off moves other players don't. I am critical here simply because I guess it almost always unravels this way if they do that sort of push. It's like, if you're going to counterattack, you need to kill them immediately, because they will wall off and be ready for it. And if he'd even warped in a few Zealots, he could have interrupted the wall. There was 4 Marines. 4 Zealots could have killed all those bunkers and turrets while they were constructing it, and then his army comes in 30 seconds later. So some mistakes there for Hero that go from, you know, a genius charge lot transition. Could have put him in the lead to a bit of an awkward spot. I love the Void Ray opening that he did, but now he's getting caught out. Widow Mine's going to go boom, boom. 6 probes, and he's got an armory. There's no detection. He's going to have to cancel that Robo and make an observer. Rallies that into the main base. We'll have to warp in a unit there as well. Oh, is this another one? Oh god, Hero, watch out. Okay, Hero loses 2 more probes there. Looks like a Storm Drop gets it against 12 SCVs. Oh my god, sorry guys. I was trying to track these Widow Mine drops. I didn't even realize there was a Storm Drop in the midst of that. Another 2 probes go down. Both sides are losing quite a lot of SCVs, but oh, nice interception. GUMIHO pulls back and deals with that. The Widow Mines are mostly getting taken out. This one just got another 2 kills on top of the 6 that it got earlier. And Hero just F2ing his whole army up here, saying, okay, let's clean this up. And GUMIHO stabilized. GUMIHO has the better army comp right now in terms of Biomine. Storm is the great equalizer, so to say, but you need a new Prism desperately. And that Widow Mine fire again. Oh my god, 21 probes in total went down. And of course there's a new Widow Mine drop behind it. Hero's just grabbing his whole army and going, no. I don't think he can. He needs a Warp Prism. He's going to try and push forward. He does have Storm behind it, which is quite good. Oh, GUMIHO's units to the left. He needed to make sure they move to the right. He cops a nasty Storm. This might be Hero's opportunity. Hero realizes after taking all that economic damage that he is in a bad spot in this game. GUMIHO's Widow Mine drop comes in. It's going to drop a Widow Mine into multiple bases. Something you can actually queue those to drop, but you can't queue them to burrow after they're dropped. Here we go. Oh, where is that other Widow Mine? It looks like, I don't know, there it is. Apparently right in under the mineral patch. Third command center gets lifted. This is a good, successful move for Hero, but his economy sucks. Just lifting a third is nowhere near enough. Those Widow Mines do so much damage, man. He does have a bit more Side Storm left. He doesn't have many Zealots, though. He has to warp in more Zealots. There's a big Storm. Oh my god. Okay, the Archon morphing is actually big. There's not many Medivacs left. 3 of them here. More Storms coming in, and that's going to be it. I think those Storms just won the game. There is still Widow Mines able to fire here, not to mention they're firing in the mineral lines at the same time, and he's taking very big economic damage. But if GUMIHO can't stabilize, then he is dead. And Hero, man, he suffered some nasty harassment damage. This game got so weird, but shows that ability to go triple Void Ray proxy harass into charge, into shutting down an attack with Sentry Zealot, and then actually manages to go Storm. And both players butchering each other's economies, but it works out for Hero. Really well played by Hero. Some moments where I was a little bit critical, but at the end of the day, when you play such a crazy style as Hero, you don't do everything perfectly, but you very regularly just find a way to thrive in the chaos. And it's not just you playing suboptimally, you force your opponent into a mud wrestling match where their hands are going to get dirty. All right, guys, we've got Hero in the bottom left side of the map, and he's going for his immediate probe harass. Forces GUMIHO to build that barracks with a second SCV further back. It is, of course, a best of 5. Tied up 1-1. I do love the Storm usage here for Hero. It's good stuff, man. Probe in the SCV, having a bit of a duel there. Oh, good rotation for GUMIHO. Pull the weak one to safety and use a healthier SCV to fight him off. Hero is so annoying with that micro. He's so smooth at just floating in and out, getting bits of damage without overcommitting. He's gone double gas again. 2-gate Double gas? What is this? Oh, Hero is assuming GUMIHO is not going to scout, and he's going to one base all in. But, well, he needs to send a probe out right now. Oh, actually, there is one other option they might be doing. Oh, he got the SCV, guys. He got the SCV. GUMIHO with the question mark. Hero answers the exact same thing. Good to see a little bit of banter there. GUMIHO obviously knows he should not have let that kill. And you know what actually happened? He didn't kill it. Notice that probe didn't have a kill, and that's why it doesn't show up in the units lost, only the resources show up. GUMIHO accidentally killed his own SCV there. That's crazy. Double Stalker pressure? What are we looking at right now, guys? It's a Zealot, 2 Stalkers, and 2 Adapts. Why do you need 2 gases for this build? What is this? I guess just to build those Stalkers and Warp Gate. Is he gonna proxy? No, there's no probe out there. Robo on 1 base? So he's doing a really heavy gateway aggression, looking for some good trades, and then he's gonna do like a 3-gate Robo 1 base all in, or 4-gate Robo. This is crazy, man. All right, guys. Zealot Stalker coming on in. Let's go, 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 go. Oh, the Cyclone's already out, though. Cyclone's going to cause some problems. I think you just want to focus the Marines down. He's going after the Cyclone. Cyclone locked onto the Zealot, though, that whole time. Didn't do as much damage as it probably could have. Reddit Point Stalker wants to get out of there. And oh, he does. Takes out the SCV on the way out as well. And, of course, Hero leaves it standing here on 3 hit points, trying to bait some Marines to the low ground. Command Center is very exposed. GUMIHO did not scout. There is indeed a 3rd gateway on the way. We'll no doubt have a Prism coming across as well. The Adepts take a Widow Mine shot. Both Adepts go down for that. Got to get some more damage done here, but he's very wounded. And he just lost a lot of his damage output trying to go up that ramp. I think throwing a Shade and staying on the low ground would have ensured that he gets the cancel. But he actually backs away right then. That's interesting. And the Command Center rebuilds on the high ground. Was he trying to convince GUMIHO to let that Command Center to be there? If you think about it, Hero's whole gameplay here is keep trying to defend the natural so you bleed out units and then I can kill you with the all-in. It's not the fastest all-in, but hopefully you assume I've expanded behind it, right? As GUMIHO, you're like, yeah, he's definitely expanding. So as Hero, you kind of want to just only show these 2 Stalkers, completely keep it in your pants for this next 2 minutes, and then you want to like secretly unload an army and like just run in and kill everything, maybe force field the ramp. You can especially wait for the medevac to leave with the Widow Mines, and that'll be a really good way of doing it. You could just bust the front, of course, using the Prism to pick up against the Widow Mine shots. You're going to need to have very good Prism micro. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Oh, God, 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 God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, okay. I think he picked up 1 Stalker in time. He still took a lot of splash damage. Okay, sentries are there as well. 3 more Stalkers warping in. That siege tank is going to be coming in pretty late. Guardian Shield is so good in these sort of scenarios. Nice force field as well. Oh, man. Killing that other depot would be pretty effective, but he's massacring the SCVs and the Marines, so who even cares about a supply block right now? What's more important is just winning the game, and those SCVs have been slaughtered. The Marines are getting gunned down as well. The Stalkers are very wounded. Oh, siege tank's here. He's got to watch out for the siege tank. The siege tank is a very powerful unit. On the other hand, if it gets in range, it's going to go down. He tries to siege it. Oh my God, the Stalkers and sentries get kind of ravaged pushing into that tank, but they've done so much damage that I think it's A-okay. Starts up probing behind it, does Hero. He's going to force field a bit. That Prism needs to get out of there. Stayed a bit too long with the Prism. Medevac does take some damage, but Stalker does go down. Nice hot pickups with the Viking. Landed Viking pickups. Hey, great play by GUMIHO to survive. But is he really surviving? Or will he die another day? I think he's going to die another day, guys. He's only on 8 SCVs versus 25. The income disparity is, of course, absolutely staggering. I guess his priority should be making another orbital right now, but he's like, well, I got to survive. I need to make a tank. And Hero bringing out a very surprising, nasty play. There's a lot of situations where this doesn't work, but if you're going to just not scout every game, which so many Terran players do so much in this matchup, this is a great way to punish them. Who can tell a Terran player how to counter carries and disruptors? I feel this is unbeatable. Fun question just to talk about there. As Hero moves in looking for a big Adept Shade. Basically, generally, how do you beat that? Battle Cruisers would be easy. Battle Cruisers, hard counter carriers, and obviously Disruptors can't shoot up. Otherwise, range libs for the Disruptors, or just Liberators in general, and Vikings for the carriers can work as well. Especially add some EMP in there. It's always a nice ability in just about any TVP scenario. Add Ghost to whatever you're doing is always a good idea. There's no way to stop this, guys. The Shade comes in. The Adepts are going to butcher those Marines. Going to warp in Stalkers on his face. You got Stalkers on your face, you big disgrace. Whooping those Stalkers all over the place. We will, hero. Very nicely played, hero. Only needs one more game to finish the series. All right, the Crazy Aggression is doing well. This man, for those who don't know, did beat his opponent 9 times out of 10 in their last 10 series, which are all just in the last few months. And it was 9 wins in a row. The 10th series, the oldest series of those last 10. We go back 3 months. That was the one where GUMIHO beat him. So generally, Hero has GUMIHO's number. GUMIHO likes to force responses from his opponent. And he always takes advantage of their responses because he's got a logical counter to their counter. The problem with being a logical player is you're playing Hero. Hero he doesn't understand logic. 2 + 2 is 17 if you ask Hero. And he'll absolutely, with conviction in his eyes, explain to you why that is the case. It'll make no sense, but the point is he thinks it makes sense. And that's all that matters. Hero is a crazy player who basically just senses how to throw his opponent off their game, how to disrupt them, how to make them annoyed. And that's his whole goal. Annoy your opponent through harassment. It's hard to play GUMIHO's, I'm going to force you to do this, swap and do that. Force you to do this, swap into this next thing. You're going to start countering it with this move, but then I'm already one step ahead, countering it with the counter. You know, it's such an intelligent way of playing for GUMIHO usually, but Hero just kind of gets in there and finds these tiny moments where he can trade with him and catch him off guard and drop storms on his face. That's kind of funny because you look at PvT between Hero and GUMIHO and it looks like a legitimately broken matchup in favor of Protoss. And you look at Hero versus Cure and you're like, oh god, Terran's broken. It's so funny how the different styles of players match up. It's really fascinating. Getting some compliments from Twitch chat about our singing at the end of that last game. The next Taylor Swift, absolutely, guys. Similar level of content. Not quite as mature as she was on her first album, though. Oh, look at these bloody lights, man. Bloody lights in the tree. What a lovely map this is. Coming across the bridge. I do like they added the sandy textures here, just to make it look a bit less ridiculous. The holes in the bridges that used to be there did look a bit silly. Now it's like, oh no, it's a thick bridge. It's like a sandy bridge. I mean, you look underneath it, it doesn't really add up because it still is panels underneath, but you're like, ah, whatever. All right, Zealot comes forward. GUMIHO not scouting again against Hero. I mean, this is so dangerous, man. He does have an early alien, but he needs to micro his heart out. That Adept's already on top of that Reaper. Oh me, oh my, that Reaper needs to jump up the ledger. It's dead. Okay, it's dead. SCV's dead. Reaper's dead. Zealot goes down, but this is already a massive, resounding success for Hero. New Cyclone's about to pop out. We've got Marines are going to be popping out of that reactor in a moment. And is this wall off messed up? I don't believe so because you can't jump through this little halberd or whatever that is. Oh, Cyclone's chasing him down. Can he get rid of that Adept? Cyclones destroy Adepts. That Cyclone not quite able to kill it, but where'd the other Adept go? Oh, it's shaded further ahead. Never mind. Alien's going to try to run in. Doesn't really get to scout anything as a second and third gateway goes down. The first Oracle will be popping out momentarily. And oh, Alien's going to get a good scout off. Very nice. And he's going to see an Oracle on the way. What have we got to defend against that? Pack of Marines and a Cyclone. I think GUMIHO should be okay here. Definitely feels like momentum is on the way for Hero, though. Hero finding these little edges early on. All right, Vikings on the way. 2 Marines as well. Should be solid. Where is that third base, Hero? Wait. What is Hero doing, guys? He's going 4 gas. So we're going to see a Twilight. Where's the Twilight? Why is he playing? Wait, what the frig? What is he doing? Hero is up to nasty plays, guys. He's making 3 Oracles. He has no other tech. He's going 4 gases right now. What are you doing, Hero? This is a crazy play. Okay, an Adept goes down to the Widow Mine. Almost gets it, but great save with the repair there. Cyclones, the Marines do cover it. What are you doing, Hero? What is this play? He's thinking about taking a third base. Hero's macro is so disorganized. It's so weird to watch him play. I'm like, it's so hard to predict like what the next play is. If essentially he's committing very hard to just finding an undefended Terran with the 3 oracles, he's like, you'll never expect it because I didn't actually commit yet. And most people won't build more than 1 or at most 2 in this matchup, but I'm a crazy person who builds 3. That Viking was out to the left. It's only just back here now. The Cyclone gets a bit of damage. Widow Mine does do okay, but man, look at that. 9 SCVs and a Widow Mine. And only for 1 Oracle. What a lovely trade. Behind this, he starts his 3rd base, puts workers on gas. Still doesn't have any tech. He's just making lots of Stalkers ready to stop this push. So I guess he's decided here, look, it doesn't matter what the next step is because I think you're just going to do one of these Cyclone Viking Marine pushes. He's read the play perfectly. He's seen it with the Revelation. He can now intercept maybe the rally point if he has both Oracles with enough energy, or he can just wait till it moves out and, of course, hit the worker line. He's got a lot of Stalkers. He's building batteries out front as well. Oh, Probe is on that left side, but Probe has barely missed him. Bad Probe placement. Oh, no. The army's going to get sieged right on top of that 3rd base. Bit of a mistake there. Oracles do dive in, taking out a few of these Marines as they pop out. Very nicely done. On the front, though, the Stalkers are in trouble right now. Oh, unupgraded gateway units are struggling. He might have to cancel that 3rd. I don't think that's the end of the world, but definitely does cost him. Another 3 SCVs went down. Looks like the Cyclone killed the last 2 Oracles. Stalkers will go across to try and intercept the reinforcements. Fighting with battery overcharge is going to be much more solid, but losing a building nexus, a battery, 2 pylons, very costly. Luckily, he is building more pylons and an extra gateway, as well as a forge here. Charge is on the way right now. GUMIHO's going to move in deep. If he can get rid of charge, that would be massive. Stalkers try to commit in. They do take out what appears to be a Cyclone and a Siege Tank. Good Viking focus fire, but man, these Stalkers are wreaking havoc right now. Getting so much damage done, even getting rid of an SCV. Siege Tank comes out. These tanks shelling on that gas. Hero does have 2 Phoenix available. He can try to push back the vision a little bit. I think with battery overcharge and a few chronos, he should be able to save this. 70 seconds until charge finishes, though. Oh, man. Oh, man, he's going to lose his Twilight. Yeah, he's trying to heal it now. He's trying to chrono it, but he needs to overcharge that right now. He cannot wait any longer if he wants to keep that alive. He's not started rebuilding it. He needs to rebuild it in the main base. Charge has been denied. Stalkers are coming in. The Phoenix are going to pick up these siege tanks, and that is going to be a disaster for GUMIHO. Hero might just have it right now. He has made this so messy. The surprise triple Oracle into the lol. I'm just massing Stalkers on 3 gates. You'd never expect it, and that's why it's working so bloody well. What a sicko, man. What an absolute sicko. He's ravaging, and GUMIHO's like, he's always setting up these problems for Hero to deal with, and Hero's just going around and causing even bigger problems for him. A few of his probes do run in and get killed there. Bit of a mistake, but it is what it is. Nice drop. Oh, picks off the Viking. He's decided that's the more important unit to pick off. Twilight only now rebuilding in that main base, so he's fighting with Slow Zealots and Phoenix right now that are not upgraded. There's Stalkers trying to take out this command center. There's actually a 3rd command center here, and this just shows GUMIHO is always thinking 2 steps ahead. But Hero backtracks, drags this game into the mud and says, we're playing really low economy struggle war here, man. This is not about who has a 3rd command center. This is about who has the better army to fight right here, right now. And that 3rd command center, if that was a few more Marines or a bunker or something at home, those Stalkers wouldn't have been able to do all this damage. Be 2 base versus 2 base. GUMIHO would be in a massive position. But instead, he's in a disastrous one. And Hero, showing that crazy style, gets in there and wins it. I was like, what's the next step? But Hero just, he had a sense. He knew GUMIHO was going to push with that army, and just making lots of units was the way to counter it. Lovely play by Hero and fantastic reads. GG, well played.